Hello, welcome out to our annual scholarship, Melvin Johnson Scholarship Banquet.
Tiffany, thank you. She'll be introducing our keynote speaker for the evening.
Good evening. My name is Tiffany Stewart Stanley, and I have the pleasure of serving as Director of External Affairs for Douglas County. And tonight I will be introducing our keynote speaker, Dr. Romona Jackson-Jones. Dr. Romona Jackson-Jones was elected as the chairman of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners on November 8, 2016. Dr. Jones is the first African-American ever elected county commission chairman in the 146 years of Douglas County's history. Dr. Jones was born to Maddie Howell Jackson and the late Johnny L. Jackson Jr. of Memphis, Tennessee. Shortly after graduating from high school, she followed the footsteps of her father, a Korean War veteran, by joining the military in pursuit of serving our country for 3 years. Dr. Jones also served 19 years as a Marine Corps spouse. She earned a bachelor's degree from Southern Illinois University, a master's degree from Chapman University, and a doctorate degree from Argosy University. She worked in the healthcare industry for 40 years, which 31 years involved leadership and management. Dr. Jones holds memberships in numerous professional, community, and civic organizations in Douglas County. She was named American Legion Post 145 Legionnaire of the Year for her outstanding leadership and service in 2012. And in 2014, she received the Servant Leadership Award from the Georgia Women's Legislative Caucus. Dr. Jones also received a President Barack Obama Lifetime Achievement Award on January 18, 2017. Most importantly, Dr. Jones is a God-fearing woman. She is a member of Word of Faith Church under the leadership of Dr. Dale Bronner. Last but certainly not least, Dr. Jones is extremely proud mother of Shannon Nicole Jones, who's an English teacher at Douglas County High School. Please join me in welcoming our chairman of Douglas County, Dr. Romona Jackson-Jones.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for that amazing introduction. She added a lot more than I told her. I said, Tiffany, whatever you do, just give me 2 minutes because 40 years is a lot of area to cover. I recently retired from healthcare, spent 40 years in the healthcare arena, so I'm very honored to be the guest speaker tonight. I would like again before I start, I would like for all of us to stand and honor the class of 1961 and give them a hand. Please, let's do that. Congratulations, class of 1961. First, let me start by saying I would like to send praises to our Almighty God and would like to honor the Johnson family tonight, our elected officials, the community servants, and all our amazing citizens at large. It is my pleasure to serve as keynote speaker tonight for this auspicious occasion. The theme today, when I walked in, and thank you so much, Councilman Davis, for selecting me to be the keynote speaker tonight. The theme is promoting education, and I said, what a great title for such a wonderful occasion. The theme today is promoting education and the values and the payback and rewards. I stand before you as a daughter of hardworking parents, a granddaughter of sharecroppers, and the great-granddaughter of a slave who I had the honor of being held by a slave. She died when I was 6 months old, and I honor that moment. Her name was Miss Emma Bagley, And I often think what a joy it is to be held by a slave. But as I move into education tonight, I would like to say, first of all, education is a game changer. Education is the function to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence is character plus intelligence is plus character, and that is the goal of true education. Tonight, I would like to talk about our ability to just talk, about education. Education is a funny thing. A lot of people think education means in the classroom, but that does not mean that. Education starts at home and spreads abroad. It's what you teach your children from the day they're born until the day they decide to leave, as I say, sunset, from sunrise to sunset. Also, education starts in the classroom. It can start at church and festive occasions, and also in beauty salons and beauty shops, because education and gossip takes place in those places. But it's fun, it's fun. Education is a lifelong process, and it's a lifelong learning process. And we must embrace this concept by encouraging our millennials to be all that they can be. And also, I would like to just say, not only our millennials to be all they could be, I would like to see our millennials get involved in joining the military, because that is what Melvin Johnson represented. He didn't have the opportunity to join, he was drafted. So today, military life is wonderful. I served as first of all, as a military wife, and secondly, as military myself. So it is an opportunity, it's a learning opportunity. It teaches you and molds your future. Also, I would like to talk about baby boomers just for a second, and Generation X and Y. I don't want our minds to get lazy. I want us to be encouraged and to continue to read books and solve puzzles and play smarter, those games called Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. So if you could do that, that'll kind of set back some of this Alzheimer's and things like that, Alzheimer's disease. So I want us to be encouraged that education is fun. Also, and we talked about how Juneteenth evolved, and this is a wonderful moment for us to celebrate our freedom, but I want us to recognize, despite segregation, the African American race matriculated very smoothly into integration. And when I say that, look at us now. We are on the backs of resilience. We have made some huge rushing yards. It's, as my grandmother would say, ain't no stopping us now. Education has propelled us into lawyers and doctors and nurses and teachers and engineers and politicians. Juneteenth signifies that the sky is the limit, and that the chains are broken and you are free now. So loose the excuses, press toward the mark. It is on you now to accept a hand up and not hand out, a handout. I encourage you to set standards where others will be judged. This is your room and you own it. That's what my Aunt Emma used to say. She said, when you walk in a room, you own that room. I said, I do. So I said, I believe her. She's gone on now. She was my favorite aunt, but she said, when you walk in a room, you own it. So say that to yourself. When I walk in a room, I own it. Your destiny starts with hard work. And when I say that you are responsible for your legacy, Juneteenth is a testament that those who have gone before us, such as Melvin Johnson, to pave the way for our freedom, should not be taken lightly. My 32-year-old daughter, who's a teacher at Douglas County, when she's in her relaxed mode because she's an English teacher, she'll say, don't get it twisted, because guess what? It's on you to do the right thing. And so when I say that, education is very, very, very key. And as we celebrate our past, I want you to grab on the rope of your future. I want you to climb and I want you to cling. I want you to step in the shoes of others. I want you to sit on someone's shoulder and let your brain be your gain and swing to the top. And when you get to the top, I want you to pull somebody with you. But the ones that you pull with you, they have to demonstrate that they're willing to pursue greatness. We are free now. The door is open. You can either run or walk. It's up to you. Because excellence starts from the day that you wake up and when the moment that you go to bed. And we need to also remember that we will forever commemorate our past. But as we move toward our future, and tomorrow as you enjoy all the festive activities, I want you to understand that freedom stands for choice. The word freedom stands for choice. It stands for decision. It stands for diligence, commitment, and dedication to shape your future. I will close with honor and respect to Melvin Johnson and his amazing family tonight. And also I salute Melvin from the United States Army, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, and the Navy and the Air Force. We honor him for what he did. And as he stands tonight with the scholarships for these wonderful students that I know, because this is a scholarship banquet. And all the wonderful scholars, I would like to leave these words with you. Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom. And those are the words of George Washington Carver. So tonight and tomorrow, today and forever, remember that Juneteenth means freedom. You are free now. Go do what you're supposed to do. And I know that all of us can do great things. And I am just so honored. This tells you that we can do great things. November 8th, God worked a miracle. I'm the first African American in 146 years to do this, and I know that we can get it done. So thank you. I promised the councilman that I would only take 10 minutes because I am sensitive to the time tonight. I know you're going to dance and celebrate, but just take these words with you as I wrap them up once again. And I just want to leave this quote, and I love this quote, and it's so important to me. Education is the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Thank you.
Yes.
My dear friend and my big sister is here tonight, so she's not aware that I will acknowledge her and ask her if she would come up and say a few words to you all tonight. You all, we have our Honorable Senator Donzella James here. So Senator Donzella James, would you please come forward and say something?
Yes. This is where it all started with Donzella, Senator James, and the bridge. Then we're going to have our scholarships.
Let's give our chairman of our Douglas County Commission, Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones, another hand. And I guess when you're in politics, be ye always ready, because I just slipped in to enjoy the event tonight. I'm so honored to be here. I remember just a few years ago when my councilman here, Sam, came to my office and he said, you know, we really need to honor a young man who lost his life in the Vietnam War. And he was the first from Douglas County. And we need to name something after him. And I know you have to do that on the state level. Can you help us? I said, give me, what's his name? Let's find a place. We just started working together from that point. You worked diligently. And then when I found out, you know, my maiden name is Johnson. When I found out he was Melvin Johnson, I said, oh, that might be my kin. I claimed him anyway. Johnson family, please take me in because I claim you already. But, you know, he was a wonderful young man whose life, he gave the ultimate sacrifice, which was his life, for this country. And we honor him tonight. And I hope that we'll dig deep tonight in our pockets on this scholarship fund for him. And that is why I just make sure that every year that I support this effort. Please go and drive down 166 near 92 so that you can see that bridge that honors him. Was that enough to honor him? Well, sometimes we have to start where we can. And it is a pretty nice bridge. So at least we did put him right there because he was, according to everything that I've heard from his friends, he was a real bridge builder. He was a great young man. And who knows what he could be. He'd be standing right here right now and still be a young, bright young man. So again, to the Johnson family, to all the elected officials, and I'm not going to try to name all of you, but I do want to say to our Madam Mayor over there, she probably already been recognized. Oh, in fact, and all the other elected officials for the Douglas County, please stand up. Even the past elected officials, please, everyone who is elected or in one of the administrative offices, please stand. Because you know what, Commissioner Robinson and all of you, you know that we work together. We can't get anything done unless we all come together, all the different departments of government, all the parties, all the races, because we're in this together. This is our area. This is our Douglas County. And so let's continue to work together and by respecting Melvin Johnson and what he stood for. God bless you and thank you for allowing me to be a part of the program.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. Also, now we hear from Ms. Frankie
You gotta
Morris.
tell them I'm walking without a cane.
Wow. Last year we was dancing. Okay, Ms. Frankie Morris and Ms. Shemeka Benson. Presentation scholarships. Where are you? Also, if anyone want to write out one of them big checks, I'm not calling you out this year, Pastor Spear. You owe us from last year. So come on up, babies. Also, make sure you get t-shirts and all those Obama pictures. They're no more. If you don't get the pictures tonight, it's over. We went to the warehouse. The little lady said, ain't no more Obama pictures. You can get some trunks. I said, I don't want none. Thank you. Come on. Come on, sweeties.
Good evening. My name is Shemeka Vinson, and I am the niece of Private First Class Melvin Johnson. Melvin Johnson was born in Douglasville, Georgia in 1949. After graduating from R.L. Cousins School in 1966, he enlisted in the United States Army, where he served his country. Private First Class Melvin Johnson was killed in Vietnam War on May 9, 1969, shortly after his 20th birthday. His eternal resting place is at Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church on Old Lower River Road in Douglasville, Georgia. This location is near the bridge that now bears his name. Our first recipient entered this world with many challenges and a life-giving testimony to help him remain humble and kind forever. Born at Southern Regional Hospital in Riverdale, Georgia, he will one day have a story to tell. He is the son of Betty Gates and Dewey Ayers of Douglasville, Georgia. Mason is a graduate of New Manchester High School with a GPA of 3.6. Mason will be attending the University of West Georgia in the fall. He will one day like to become a sports journalist. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mason Ayers. The phrase "jack of all trades" and the master of many comes to mind when I think about our second recipient this evening. For this student, productive and life-changing experience began at the age of 3. In elementary school, the love of music, dance, basketball, tennis, and maintaining A's and B's in her academics was a priority. In addition, she became a participant in the community service activities at Stewart Middle School, where her mom was an employee as part of the Service Learning Club. This trend continued throughout her middle school years at Stewart Middle School. However, added to the list were Junior Beta Club, Reading Bowl, cheerleading, sewing class, modeling and acting classes, and the track team. In 2013, she earned the record for the triple jump, and today she continues to hold this record. Accepted into the Fine Arts Magnet Education Program at New Manchester High School, she continued to be an active and productive student. She now added to her list more service learning activities: junior cheerleading coach for Stewart Middle School, choreographer for the 2016 and 2017 Spring Dance Showcase at New Manchester High School. She received a letter of acceptance from Savannah State University. She aspires to earn a degree in journalism or writing and continue modeling. She proudly proclaims that if all else fails, she will become a teacher. I present to you Miss LENAH Allen.
Ms. LENAH Allen, I proudly present this award to you, not because I know your mom, but because of your academics.
Our third and final recipient is a lifelong resident of Douglas County and a member of St. James AME Church, where he is a dedicated and committed member. He is the son of Samantha Arnold and Jesse Timothy Fleming Sr. He is an honor graduate of Airway Christian Academy in Douglasville with a GPA of 3.53. At an early age, Jesse realized that self-discipline, hard work, and a focused attitude toward getting the best education, necessary tools to make lifetime goals. His passion is to one day become a mortician, and for the past 6 years, he has volunteered at our local mortuaries, Willie Watkins Funeral Home and Simpson and Daughters Funeral Home, as a service worker. Jesse also believes that one day, leading by example. Therefore, he is very involved in his church and community. He is a member of the men's ministry, and he plays drums for the children's choir. In addition, he is part of the church outreach ministry that include the monthly mobile food bank and internal food bank. As a part of these ministries, he has to be up early to prepare to pass out food to more than 200 families. Jesse will continue his education at Guyton Jones College in Decatur, Georgia, where he will major in mortuary science. I present to you Jesse Timothy Fleming, Jr.
First, I must say I have known Timothy all of his life because I'm also a member of St. David's Church where he works very hard. I am so proud of you. May you continue going in whatever you do. Keep God first.
If all the recipients will please come back on stage. Thank you.